National Cancer Survivors Day is something that Ronald McDonald House New York is working with the NYSE on, underscoring the importance of it with a pair of key voices. In fact, I spoke with Steve Bensinger, Chair Emeritus and Chair-elect at Ronald McDonald House New York, and Michael Brill, Chair of the Board of Associates at Ronald McDonald House New York, both of them cancer survivors themselves, about their own personal experiences with the house. Let's take a listen.
So when I was 10 years old, I was diagnosed with pediatric cancer. I was treated at Sloan Kettering, and it's been 25 years, and I've been a survivor, and I'm feeling great, a clean bill of health. But when I was looking when in my 20s for an organization that I can kind of pay back, knowing that I'm very lucky to be here today, I was introduced to Ronald McDonald House. And actually, when I first met with the Ronald McDonald House, I realized that I had been offered that spot when I was 10 years old with cancer as well. And it felt full circle to join an organization that's helping pediatric cancer patients and their families with a place to stay, really at the nexus of hospitality and healthcare. And it's really a way for me to give back, knowing that I'm very lucky to be here today. And with the modern advancements of cancer research, for other children who are basically going through treatment to stay at the house and really enjoy the benefits that it offers.
Steve, what more can you share about your connection to Ronald McDonald House New York?
So Kristen, I've been involved with the house for over 20 years. I was introduced to the house at that time by an insurance industry colleague of mine, and started out by participating in and then sharing our Skate with the Greats fundraising event, which is an annual event in partnership with the New York Rangers that takes place every year. It's a fantastic fundraiser for us. And then took a tour of the house shortly thereafter, and I was absolutely hooked right from the beginning, and joined the board about 20 years ago. Have been involved on a very, very significant level ever since. As you noted, I was chairman of the board actually through the entire pandemic, which was an interesting time to be in that role. And I will be moving back into the chairman's role in October of this year for another 2 years. See if I can get it right this time without bringing any cataclysmic events with me. I was, on a more personal level, diagnosed with lung cancer a little over 2 years ago in early 2023. And I told everybody now I feel like I'm on the inside looking out, where before I was always, really on the inside, but more on the outside looking in. So it's really been an amazing 20 years for me.
Well, we so appreciate both of you sharing your personal stories and connections here to Ronald McDonald House. And on National Cancer Survivors Day, what do you think, Steve, is the message you want our viewers to know, people who will see this content?
Well, there's a lot. First, I would say that the advances in medicine that I've witnessed in the last 20 years being associated with the house have been unbelievable. When I first joined, about our kids' survival rate was in the 20s. It was 20, 25%. And today it's 80% and continuing to move up. And what we provide at Ronald McDonald House New York is all of the social determinants of health that Michael mentioned earlier. We provide them with free housing, with food, with transportation, with programming, with cohort groups that they can really feel like they're at home in a normal environment. And if it weren't for us, most of these kids wouldn't be able to have this treatment.
It is incredible, the work that is happening and those statistics that you shared in terms of the advancements that is saving lives for many of these children. Michael, I want to hear from you in terms of what you think the message should be on National Cancer Survivors Day.
I think there's two main parts. It's awareness of what cancer is, knowing that there are a lot of people that are lucky to be here today for it, and something in the medical advancement aspect. But it's also celebration, because there is so much medical advancement, and there are people that can tell their story that we can give back as well. And that celebration is something very special. And I think when you go through cancer and treatment, and then you basically live for years to come, you have a different appreciation for life. And only that you kind of relate to it that much more after. And that's what the day is all about.
Michael, how have you found that Ronald McDonald House's services here in New York do support children throughout their journey, both from a health and well-being standpoint?
Yeah, it's a great question. And listen, I think back to my experience. So when I think about the going through cancer treatment when you get a diagnosis, there's really two main pillars. One is your treatment or medical kind of prognosis, right? So that's you're going through chemotherapy, radiation, etc. It's obviously tolling on your body. But two is your community aspect. And that can be broken down to even a few more things. So one is family. So for me, my parents are incredibly supportive. I could have not asked for more. And obviously for a child that has cancer, that strain on a parent, you can't even imagine. And I think back, I know what my parents were thinking as an only child as well. But two is your broader environment. So that's your friends, your extended family. It's also where you're staying, your housing accommodations. Now, I was very lucky to be in a home that was, safe in the suburbs, et cetera. But in New York City, staying at the house, that's your affordable or free housing. That is tremendous for those children that are getting treatment at Sloan Kettering or another neighboring hospital. They can go home to the Ronald McDonald House, feel safe, have a community welcome. You mentioned as well, there's free food. There's just generally a really good feeling and a community feel for that. And I don't think that could be anybody understated. That is the most important aspect outside of your medical treatment. And when I look at the house and I see those children there, I see myself. And it's something that I want to give back and volunteer too, because I'm saying, I'm lucky to be here. I want to make their life better, whether it's serving them another meal, spending some time there, or just being around.
Well, Brill and Bensinger had plenty more to share, including its partnership with Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. We'll have more of that interview on the other side of this short break.